who openly was saying that we must not bring these people in this country, they don't belong here. And there'll be race riots and rivers of blood and all those speeches being made by Mr. Powell. They say rivers of blood, so river of blood. So we really got scared and I said, look, here's British people, they don't want us there. We can't go back to India. Where will we go? We eventually on the Caledonian Airways who brought us to Stansted Airport. And we were coming down and my father was cold and he said, have I got malaria? Because shivering coming down. But we came down and we were in fact very warmly welcomed by the NGOs. They held our hands and they brought us down the plane and took us to a center where they had gathered all the warm clothing. And I told you about the fear which we had before, where our next bill is going to come from, how we're going to deal with the National Front and all the elements of so many hysteria against us in the country where we are not wanted. And no other country wanted to have us anyway. We came down and we were taken to a center where we were given warm clothing, which is first week in November, and we were the last ones to leave Uganda. And we were taken by a bus to Lingfield Camp, which is in Surrey, I think. Lingfield Camp, yes, Surrey. And the fear which, because when we were there, we were surrounded by all these army trucks, all green, huge trucks, and Land Rovers and trucks and so on. All army men, with their guns on, semi-automatic, automatic guns in their hands and so on. Suddenly we come here and we are told that we are going to move to Army Barracks. That shook us as well. What's going on? We just left an army regime in Uganda. Now, what's all this about? So they took us to a disused Army Barracks in Lingfield. And, they had this huge halls where, there will be so many beds, laid out for very clean, neat and tidy. But we had to sleep in a huge room full of beds. And there's just one or two toilets in the corridor, in the corridor there. So we became used to that, and as I said, NGOs treated us very well. We started having good breakfast, with cornflakes and Weetabix and whatever we were given. And the problem after that was, the food, because we were not, especially my parents, were not used to the Western food, especially the English food, which actually didn't taste anything. He saw this white man sweeping the roads, and he said, Jaffer, there's a white man sweeping the road. How can this possibly be? Because in our brains, it was ingrained to us that the white man would not do a menial job. And so that was some of the things, which we could remember. And we thought we'll settle in Leicester. The reason is there was already a community there from Kenya, a Gujarati-speaking community. And because my father and mother spoke very little English, we thought at least they'll be able to communicate or deal with the Gujaratis already there, plus the food element, the Gujarati food. Also, by the time we also picked up the African food as well. But we would be happy having good food and so on. But we were told that, look, you cannot go to Leicester, because Leicester City Council had put a full-page advertisement in Uganda Argus saying, please don't come here, don't come to Leicester, because everything is full. You won't get a place in schools. You won't. The social services are not geared to taking any more people to help you. And please don't come to Leicester. There's a full-page advertisement there. So we were scared about that as well. But my father said, and we said, look, it doesn't matter, okay, if they don't want us to come to Leicester, I think we should do that. We should go and see what the Leicester is all about. It's like a child, ask a child not to touch the hot iron bar. You would still want to touch it to feel, what it looks like or how it feels like. So anyway, he said, no, we'll go to Leicester. But through a network in Leicester, through friends, we were able to allocate a house which we could rent. We requested the administration there to see if you could move to Leicester. They said, no, you can't. What we'll do is, first of all, we'll examine what you got there, and then we'll allow you to go. So they examined this house in Thermiston, area of Leicester, North Leicester. And then it's okay, fine, you can go, and they gave us the train tickets and so on. So we travelled to Leicester. And then while we were travelling in the train, my brother was asking me, he said, what are these terraced homes? I mean, rows and rows of terraced homes. I said, yes, people live there. I said, what? People live in those houses? I said, yeah. And, but, there's I can't see any gardens there, or they're so compact. And he says, yeah, people live there. And also the toilets are outside those homes, so people use the toilets outside. Plus they haven't got a bathroom inside the home. They use the public bathrooms, for the showers. And I said, okay, fine. So we couldn't believe all this, because in our minds it was ingrained that Britain was a land of milk and honey.